So my name is Simone Craig. I am the CEO of Art in the Atrium, and I'm also a trustee here at the Mayo Performing Arts Center. Art in the Atrium, we are a nonprofit organization. This is our 31st year exhibiting African American fine art here in Morristown. We are committed to supporting and investing in Black art and Black artists by providing them visibility and really giving them space to breathe. Really what we wanted people to take away from it, most of all, is our diversity and our vibrancy. It's a really bright show with a lot of beautiful color. There are a lot of different types of artists, not only established artists, but emerging artists as well, all with different perspectives. They all come together and were curated in a really beautiful way that highlights, again, our vibrancy and how diversity can come together in a really beautiful way to create a tremendous art show. This quilt was actually quilted by my mother. She was a fiber artist and also, of course, one of the co-founders of Art in the Atrium. And she wanted to create a quilt for my dad. My dad kind of gave her a hard time about how she was making all of these quilts for everyone else, but he didn't have one. So my dad loves trees, and he definitely has a green thumb. And so this is a really special quilt in our family that she specifically made for him. So one of the pieces in the show that I really love is by Reap. And I love his work because he likes to give us insight into almost what is behind the person that he's drawing. So you can see here where you're seeing shadows almost in angles, almost like you're seeing the energy behind the visual that you're seeing. So it's kind of like we're seeing two worlds in one piece and in one person. This is another one of the pieces that I really like in the show, just in terms of the symbolism that's expressed here. There's this look on his face where it's kind of concerning, but he's emerging from the water. It's kind of rebirthing almost, as well as the butterflies that also can represent a transformation that's happening that he's going through, which is also a sense of a rebirth. So there's something really, kind of telling in his look as well, but there's also something really spiritual about the piece as well. And it's a piece that I've always come back to and just stayed with and looked at. I continue to see new things in it every time I look at it. If you look at it from far away, you see, first of all, the pinwheels, the kind of octagon pinwheels that are in play with the stars. And when I think of the history of quilting and really the importance of the stars in alignment with quilts, because when people were escaping from being enslaved, they used not only quilts. The quilts were kind of markers to give them directions of which way to go towards freedom. But the North Star was also a guidepost for their way to freedom. So when I see this quilt, I see in tandem that story of escaping kind of hell towards freedom. And again, in the context of the larger show, that such stunning color is used to tell a story of something that's quite kind of dark and stark. And then as you get closer into seeing the quilt in person, hopefully people will come to see this in person, because you can't get a sense of the full, the beauty of the pieces, especially this one, unless you're here in front of it. But as you get closer to it, you can see the detail that has gone into it, the masterful quilting work that has gone into more of the details of the swirls and the pinwheels. And when I see this quilted into it is a sense of hope, right? And that's really, I think this piece really speaks to Black culture dynamic of, even though we are have been faced with things that can be quite dark and stark, we are always looking towards freedom with a sense of hope and with a sense of vibrancy and creativity. So I just am blown away by this piece by Ellery. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I think it really is a quintessential reflection of the Black experience. Most of all, I hope people come and they get joy out of seeing the exhibition. That's something that really stuck with me from the opening night from the show, is how much joy that the show brought people and coming together. And most of all, how important it is in the African American culture that we celebrate ourselves, and that we're specifically celebrating ourselves through art.